So guys, we have just had some more footage of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now this footage is still 2v2 gunfight, but it's actually in 4K, and this is on Infinity Ward's channel if you do want to go and check it out yourself without me talking all over the footage. But I'm going to say it from the get-go, very early in the video, the game looks absolutely amazing. It looks unbelievable. The sound engine, the way it plays. Now I will say that I have put some saturation on the video, as I always do with my videos, just to make it look a bit more fruity, a bit more, you know, the colour palette just looks a bit more vibrant, which is what I like to do. But in terms of the actual gameplay and watching the game physically, it looks absolutely amazing. The graphics, Call of Duty has never ever looked so good in my personal opinion. Now they definitely showed most of these maps and most of these guns already in the stream that we had just over a week ago, and they didn't really do the game any justice in my opinion with that stream. It left a lot of us wondering more than anything about whether the game was actually gonna reach the heights that we hope it would. It had people being doubtful about the game, and without real just reason, because there was so many things that just convoluted what they was trying to achieve. They clearly didn't think things through. For a start, they showed the stream in 900p, which was never gonna, you know, give the correct aspect of the game and show you how it should look in all its glory. 4K should have been a mark they went for, but 1080p should have been the absolute benchmark. That is the generic setting for most people these days. Most of us, our TVs are well integrated in 1080p. Most of us are moving on to 4K, but a lot of people still can't afford those type of things. So 1080p should have been the base that they went for. On top of that, they took away the influence of the game by having big personalities in that stream. A lot of shouting, a lot of screaming, a lot of bravado, a lot of ego. It took away from the experience of us actually watching the game, and a lot of people would have turned the stream off surely because they were annoyed by the streamers. For me, if I was working at Infinity Ward, the way that I would have done this, yes I would, me personally, Mr. Tracky, I would have just given us the proper multiplayer reveal. But let's just ignore that for a second and say it was a 2v2 reveal, irrespective of what the community wanted. I would have just done what they've done now. Raw gameplay, 4K quality, all the sounds, no talking, no interruptions, no distractions, to show us this game in all its glory. Yes, we would be able to still question the 2v2 mode, but in my personal opinion, this game mode does look quite interesting, and you definitely are going to be able to settle some scores. What it seems like to me is this is going to be a connoisseur's choice. This is going to be for those real hardcore players who are very confident in their abilities on Call of Duty when it comes to reading the map and reading where enemies are probably going to go, and your gun skill on point. It is probably going to be a mode that I will use to help me train up and get better in my decision making for the actual game. It looks that good to me, but it doesn't detract from the fact that multiplayer, core multiplayer is core multiplayer, and that is the game mode that I know and love, and it's probably the game mode that all of you know and love. But it is very interesting. The maps look good, the colours look good, the recoil, the sounds. I mean, look at this AK now. The stream had guns looking really squashed up. It was just a weird aspect ratio to display the game in my personal opinion, and whether people missed that and didn't do their research, I still have no clue. But I'm just totally in love with this game already, and I can't wait for August the 1st. It's been a long time since I've felt this way about Call of Duty. I haven't even lined up for Call of Duty for a number of years. In fact, I shared a picture of me on Twitter a little while back, and I think the last actual game that I lined up for was Black Ops 3. I definitely lined up for Modern Warfare 3 also, and I haven't really been as excited for a Call of Duty since. And it's because they keep making these silly mistakes on the reveals, the types of game that they make. we've been asking for the modern shooter for the longest time now, and we finally got one. And there have been people that have been slightly negative towards the game. However, I believe that they've been given a real reason to be negative, if that's the polite way of putting it, because 980p in this day and age, unacceptable. People shouting all over the stream when they get a kill, unacceptable. If people did their research, they'll know that people hate squeakers. A lot of people mute their mics or go into parties on Call of Duty because people annoy them. So when you're watching a stream with someone who's just annoying, no disrespect to Courage, because I quite like the guy when he plays Fortnite, but he did seem a little obnoxious, and if you don't know him and you take him at face value, you'd think he was an absolute idiot, in my personal opinion. But going back to the actual gameplay itself, I genuinely believe that there's only one set of people that can ruin this game now, and that is just choices made by Activision and the developers. So let's say two sets of people. In terms of what I'm seeing, I have great belief that they're going to deliver a very special game. I'm looking at every aspect of the game. The map design looks quite good for... These are very small maps, bear in mind, and they are for 2v2 only, but I'm just watching how they play, and they seem to play very nicely, in my opinion. Obviously, this is going to be a much more tactical mode, but I would be happy to play this in a multiplayer mode, and I can see little places where you can, you know, get behind and reload and regen your health and get back out into the gunfights. The guns are looking absolutely stupendous. The sound, very, very impressed. The recoil looks really good. It looks like there's going to be a bit of a skill gap, because there's the SMG, I don't know if you saw it earlier, it's got like this circular kind of recoil, and it just looks so good to me, guys. I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth sunk into the game, and I'm really, really looking forward to actually doing a lot of content on this. And I'm going to call it from now, I'm pretty positive that I'm going to last on this game for a long time in terms of doing content. As long as we know we ain't got 100 health, that's perfect for me. I believe it's 100 health from what I've been researching. The stim shot is back in the game, but it's going to be used in a similar manner to how it was on Infinite Warfare, and in reality nobody really used that piece of equipment at all. So just a quick video just to bring it to your attention. If you haven't seen this game, it is now on Infinity Ward's channel. Look at them bullets on the floor. I know there's just bullets on the floor, but they don't look like that in most Call of Duties. This game just looks so good, man. It's bringing it to your attention about this game. It's in 4K on Infinity Ward's channel on YouTube. So if you do want to see this footage without Mr. Tracky rambling all over it, then I do encourage you to go and, you know, just sit there, even with your headphones on, which is what I done, to get yourself immersed in the game and just have a 5-minute sit down, because that's all the video is, and just really take it in what you're hearing compared to what you've heard previously, and what you're seeing to what you've seen previously. Call of Duty has never sounded like this, has never looked like this, and I wonder how that's going to pan out in terms of people who have invested in things like Astros, like myself. It's just going to make all those, you know, paraphernalia really worth using in this type of game, with a much improved sound engine and graphics. Guys, let me know down in the comment section what you think about what you're seeing. We've even got lens flare on the sniper rifles now, and it doesn't seem as if you can really quick scope as traditionally. That's quite a slow zoom in there. Obviously there may be attachments to put on guns and stuff, but that's a whole nother topic. Let's not get into that right now. But tell me what you know. Tell me what you think about what you've seen now you saw it in 4K or even 1080p. Are you excited as me for the game? I'm really looking forward to August the 1st, guys, to finally get a taste of what the actual multiplayer with streaks and stuff is going to look like. So Infinity Ward, I still believe you should have done it this way around. I would have left the streamers at home to stream whatever they choose to stream on their channels, and I would have just put out this raw, rugged gameplay for the community to enjoy. Guys, don't remember what you can hit, but a like and subscribe button. I hope they tickle your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.